cause I'm changing into my cleats. It's go time, it's showtime. I ain't calming down until this place is a ghost town. Tired of the faking, we bringing back Motown. No sparing this go round. I'm taking no prisoners, so prepare for a showdown.
Down in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big frowns. They already gone by the size of me. I don't really get it too. Put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose the opportunity and shut. Don't make way for a prodigy. Touchdown in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big frowns. They already gone by the size of me. I don't really get it too. Put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose the opportunity and shut. Don't make way for a prodigy.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Steelers and the Raiders on Sunday Night Primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play, and losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. The bottom line, how do they get a win?
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 14 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. You look at this Steeler defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Steelers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. It's a no run here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
2nd and 9 now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You look at this Raiders defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
With the lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The man in motion left here, Johnson. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change. When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Garoppolo. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On the return, Johnson. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Las Vegas' pass rush was one of the weakest in the league last season, but don't tell that to Crosby. He earned Defensive Player of the Year votes with 12.5 sacks, nearly half of his team's total.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Play action. Garoppolo. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Myers may be one of the most unsung wide receiver ones of the last 2 seasons with over 800 yards of steady production both years. The Raiders add him to a loaded receiver room, and they'll rely on him to move the chains as he did in New England.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw him a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that one fell incomplete after being tipped in the air. But I have to tell you, I had a bad flashback of going to head to the stadium stairs in practice. Because what we were always taught, any ball like that, if it's not spiked towards the ground and you actually tip it up, then that's an error on your part. Because now you've given up to the offense, maybe help create a big play for them, instead of going up and either intercepting it or knocking it down. I ran many a stadium step for my errors.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. Back to throw again. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This 2nd and 4. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. They'll look to throw again. Finding Pickens for another catch. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. That one complete to Elliott. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Back to Elliott, and he's got him again. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The trick play works. He's got the 1st. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Boswell's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline and talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file it away for the future.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. 2nd quarter down on the scoreboard, you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly they'll be looking to get him even more in the mix this go-around. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throw.
Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. A short one there to Freiermuth. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They run a draw here on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it, and they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Lets this go for Renfrow downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Brock Purdy, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Gus Edwards, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, another doubleheader. Philly and Tampa at 7:15, followed by the Super Bowl rematch from a couple of years ago. The Rams and Bengals from Cincinnati. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter.
Ready, break.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. To the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left, and he'll get this up to about the 40.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Muscles him off, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Shifts past him at the 45. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. John Jenkins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The lone Nichols in there to take him down.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle. But they allow the conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode Really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Johnson to return it. A little juke. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Here's 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Now Garoppolo. And it's complete to Adams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Slant to Adams. And Devontae's going to have a Raiders first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Caught out right by Renfro. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Gain of 4 yards. That's another Las Vegas first down.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Back to throw here. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. And they take a knee. On second down, they'll run it here. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 68 yards rushing for him now to this point. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Pittsburgh, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll fall to 1-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.